Hello everyone and welcome back to our YouTube channel TNV Academy. I'm your host Akanksha Mishra, so let's start with today's session. ISO 37301 is often seen as a boring compliance standard, but in reality it is a powerful playbook that can transform how an organization stays ethical, legally safe and trustworthy. In this masterclass, we take you through each clause like a guided tour inside a high-performing company. Instead of technical jargon, we will decode every requirement in simple, engaging language, helping you understand how compliance becomes a competitive advantage. Now we have clause 1, scope. The scope tells you where the compliance management system applies, what areas are included, and what falls outside its boundary. Whether it is a small business, a startup, a hospital, or a multinational corporation, ISO 37301 applies to everyone. This clause sets the parameter for every process, risk assessment, control, and monitoring activity that follows. Then clause 2 and 3, references and terms. These clauses may look dull, but they prevent misunderstanding. Clause 2 directs you to related standards and references, while Clause 3 defines critical terms like compliance obligation, non-compliance, compliance culture, and corrective action. Without these definitions, reading the rest of the standard is like playing a sport without knowing the rules. Then we have Clause 4, context of the organization. This clause asks, do you understand your compliance environment? Organizations must review internal and external factors such as industry, regulations, markets, competition, and geopolitical conditions. They must identify stakeholder needs from employees and regulators to customers and suppliers. It also requires clearly defining the scope of the QMS and establishing a structured system that connects all compliance activities, ensuring they are not scattered or uncoordinated. Then we have Clause 5, leadership. Leadership drives compliance culture. Top management must demonstrate commitment by allocating resources, setting expectations, and leading by example. They must approve and promote the compliance policy and ensure roles and responsibilities like compliance officers, department heads, and employees are clearly assigned. If leadership is weak, no compliance framework can survive. Then we have Clause 6, planning. This clause moves organizations into the design phase. They must identify compliance risks and opportunities and define actions to manage them. Planning includes setting measurable compliance objectives aligned with organizational strategy and establishing the processes needed to achieve them, whether it is anti-bribery controls, data privacy safeguards, or environmental compliance. Risk-based thinking drives the entire CMS. Then we have Clause 7, that is support. Support is the engine room of ISO 37301. Organizations must ensure adequate resources, people, technology, and budget to run the CMS. Employees must be competent through training and skill development. Awareness programs ensure every employee understands the importance of compliance. Clear internal and external communication channels must be established, and documented information such as policies, procedures, training records, and reports must be properly managed, as they serve as evidence of compliance. Then we have Clause 8, operation. This clause brings the compliance system to life. Organizations must plan and control operational processes based on risk assessment. They must implement controls such as codes of conduct, whistleblower mechanisms, due diligence on employees and suppliers, conflict of interest checks, and background screening. Controls must operate consistently and outsourcing must be managed carefully because supplier failures can become organizational liabilities. Then we have Clause 9, performance evaluation. Performance evaluation ensures the CMS stays healthy. Organizations must monitor compliance performance through KPIs, training scores, incident trends, and hotline usage. Internal audits verify if the system is effectively implemented, while management reviews ensure top leaders regularly review performance, identify gaps, and guide the improvement strategy. This clause keeps the CMS dynamic rather than static. Then we have clause 10, improvement. The final clause makes compliance a continuous journey. When non-compliance occurs, organizations must investigate root causes, take corrective action, and prevent recurrence. Continual improvement ensures the CMS evolves with changing laws, technologies, and risk. ISO 37301 is not a one-time setup. It is a living system that must adapt as organizations grow and environments change. ISO 37301 is not just about avoiding penalties. It is about building a culture of transparency, accountability, and ethics. With a strong leadership, robust planning, effective controls, and continuous improvement, organizations not only stay compliant but also strengthen their reputation and earn long-term trust. This clause-by-clause breakdown shows how ISO 37301 can be a game-changing framework for any organization aiming for clean and sustainable governance. That is all about today's session, and I will see you in the next episode of TNV Academy. Until then, like, share, and subscribe TNV for more such informative content. Thanks for watching.